the market. Okay. Okay. So, of course, for brands, customers are very important. Brands actually change their campaigns, change their marketing tactics if a customer is not liking it. In our history also, there have been many brands, many top-notch brands who have changed their way of marketing only because a customer feedback was negative. If you remember, there was, I think, a Surf Excel or a detergent ad which talked about a Hindu Muslim marriage. They That ad came out around Holi, I think. So they showed how Muslims can also celebrate Holi if they are married in a Hindu family, something like that, and it caused huge backlash. So I think it was Surf Excel, and it caused huge backlash. Nobody liked it. There was a segment of people who said, "Why are they showing Hindu Muslim together?" There was a segment of people where the Muslim people were saying that we don't celebrate Holi. Why to show this to sell your product? So the brand actually had to pull back the ad and do another one very quickly. So this is how important customer and customer feedback is. So even if a brand starts with one segment and says, okay, I'm only going to sell to this segment, it just keeps on changing every day. Every day they have some new things, some new feedback, and this keeps on changing. Okay. So today we'll understand what are the things that help a brand decide on what customer they should focus on. And once they know which target market they are going to target on, then how does the messaging of the brand, the slogan, the marketing, how does that change? That is what we are going to learn today. Okay. Okay. So how today's flow is going to be is we'll first talk about who buys a product. I'll give you some categories. So we'll first discuss on who buys a product, then how do brands segment a large number of people into different homogeneous segments? How do they segment people? Then why people buy? What is that trigger that brand makes people buy the product? Then we'll talk about persona building. So maybe a lot of you might have heard this word. Okay, if you have a brief understanding. If no, no problem. It would be better for me if you don't have any understanding, because I want you to understand this with a very fresh mind. Then there will be a group exercise, and finally the assignment briefing. Okay. Okay. So now we understand that a customer is not just the buyer of the product. A customer is also a buyer, is also a user, and is also an influencer. How? Okay, I would like to ask Jitwin. Jitwin, tell me, this course that we are currently in, this Futurowise course, who bought it for you? Did you buy it from your own money?
Can you repeat it?
This course, this Futurowise training that we are in, this course that we are doing, who purchased it for you? Who paid the money? Did you buy it from your own money?
No, ma'am. No, my
Who paid
father
it
did.
for you? Your father. And who is taking
Yes,
the training? You.
I am the user.
Right. And in times to come, if, for example, the same session, the same topic is going to repeat, and you have a friend living nearby or in your school, college, and he asks whether you attended this session or not. So you'll give him first-hand feedback, right? Oh, I attended, it didn't really help me. Or, oh no, I attended and I really got some good understanding. So you become an influencer for future sales. So this is how, for a brand, it's not just the person paying the money. The person paying the money is just the buyer. But for them, all these three segments, buyer, user, influencer, are equally important. So you cannot say that only because, okay, your father paid the money, so the brand will only focus on your father. The brand will only focus on, uh, you know, speaking to fathers and marketing to fathers that please buy this for your children. No, the brand will focus to market it to your parents also, that you can buy this for your children. They will focus on students also, that you will benefit from it. And they will focus on influencer in the sense, people who have taken the course. The people from, somebody from Futurowise, maybe tomorrow they will reach out that please give us some feedback. We need some feedbacks. So for a brand, all three are customers. Okay. It's not just the person paying the money. Okay. To give you an example of how brands change their tone and change their marketing language, let's take an example. Okay. This is an example of Zomato or any food delivery app per se. If a food delivery app is marketing itself, is making an ad for a hostel student, what will they say? Late night cravings delivered in 20 minutes. Why? Because this is something that the students, or especially the hostel students, will relate to. Then, if they are targeting working mothers in another advertisement, they will say dinner sorted after a busy day. You come back home, order it from Zomato, order it from Swiggy. Then, if they are targeting a corporate employee, they will say lunch delivered before your next meeting. How the messaging of the advertisement differs according to the audience segment. Finally, if they are targeting a party host, they will say order for the whole group in one click. And any of these messages, if you change the message versus the target segment, it becomes meaningless. If an ad which is focused on only marketing it to hostel students, you cannot say dinner sorted after a busy day. No, hostel students do not have all busy days. They have time, but it's just that for the last minute cravings, or for those, odd time cravings, they would go on an app and order something. So the messaging for the same brand, same service differs according to the segment that you're targeting. Okay. And you can take any brand. Mostly, there are very few brands which position themselves that we are only going to sell to, a certain class and not to the remaining masses. So there are premium brands like Rolex. They sell something very premium, very prestige. They don't want to reach out to masses. That's a brand image they have because it's a legacy. They've been here and they don't want mass sales. So but most of the brands which are right now in progressing or succeeding phase, most of the brands will have different campaigns for different market segments. And you will say, okay, if they're running the same ad on TV, if they are running late night cravings also on TV, if they are running dinner sorted after a busy day also on TV, if they are running all four ads on TV, how does it matter who watches it? No, it matters. So what happens is your platform changes. You might see all four ads on the TV because yes, a hostel student, a working mother, a corporate employee, a party host, all can watch TV. But how it will differ is, for a hostel student, they will mostly target Instagram. They will show Instagram and Facebook ads because it is less likely that a hostel student will sit, watch a regular TV program. For working mothers, they might show ads on Netflix, Hotstar, such portals, because working mothers, they have time at night, they will be scrolling through, binge watching the shows. So for corporate employees, they might show it on LinkedIn. They might have LinkedIn ads because corporate employees usually check LinkedIn very frequently. For a party host, they might give a TV ad because TV is something that usually it's a family time, it's a family thing, everybody watches. So the platform of where you're advertising, that changes according to the target group. So I'm just trying to here explain you is that customer segment and the right customer changes everything for the brand. Your tone, your language, your messaging, your platform, everything changes according to what customer you're targeting. Okay. But if we talk about basics and what in future, if you decide to pursue a career in marketing, in future, if somebody asks you, how do we actually create segments? So segments are created on four categories that are listed here. One is demographic, second is geographic, third is psychographic, and fourth is behavioral. So demographic, as the name suggests, when a brand segments its customers according to age, gender, income, education. That is the classification, demographic classification. And I'm going to do this. For example, if you have a kids cough syrup, so you will segment your market according to age, right? Irrespective of gender or any classes, masses. You will say, okay, only children between the age of 3 to 12 can have this cough syrup. So that depends on your product. Again, geographic. Maybe you are giving a food delivery service which only operates in Delhi. So then your segment becomes people of Delhi, nothing else, no other location. Similarly, psychographic, your identity, your interest. If you are marketing sports shoes, you will segment your customers. You will have the segment created on basis of people who are either into active sports or who like playing sports as a hobby. Nobody else. You will not target it to working mothers. You will not target it to children. So your segment becomes based on interest, which is a psychographic segmentation. And finally, you have behavioral, which is equally important because mostly behavioral segments help in getting. So what happens is when a customer comes on website, they check a lot of things. Okay, I have to buy, say for example, I have to buy an iPad. I go on Amazon, I go on Apple, I go on multiple websites to compare the price, the features, whether I go for an Apple, whether I go for a non-Apple. I check everything, all the websites. And finally, I just decide to add it to my cart, leave it and go. Okay. So what brands do is when I've added something to that cart, they will take note of it. They will, because they have tags everywhere on their website. They can, even if I don't give them my email ID, they can still track me through my IP address. So it is that level of tracking which brands do. Okay. So if you're going on the website and saying I do not enter the email ID, I do not know, they can still see from which location you have visited their website. Okay, now mostly the websites to add to cart, they ask for sign in. So they have your email ID. I added my email ID, I added to cart, but I did not purchase it. What will happen is brands, the big brands, small brands. So the current e-com company, the current baking company of Singapore that I'm working with, we have specific campaigns for people who have added to cart. What we do is we target them with personalized emails. So instead of saying, hi, you've added to cart, please check out, we will give first name of the customer. We'll create that personalization. Hi, John, you forgot something in the cart. So you all of you must be getting such emails from multiple shopping websites and marketplaces, right? You also get such emails. That this is because they have segmented their customers according to whether you made a first purchase, whether you are a repeat purchaser, or whether you are somebody who adds to cart and leaves. That is behavioral segment. Behavioral segment helps brands to get more conversions. A brand which is very new in marketing just wants people to know my company, to visit my to visit my website, to just check out the products that I have because I'm trying to build my position. They will go for demographic or geographic or psychographic segment also. But for a brand which is established and it is only focusing on more sales, they will always go for behavioral because they know people are likely to buy. I have a position where I have repeat customers already buying from me. I want to target people who are new and are not buying. Okay. So behavioral segmentation works for brands which are just focusing on, I want more sales. So these are the 4 types of segmentations that you should remember whenever in future you talk about marketing and customers. This will very often you will hear from people who are in marketing. Okay. So because this is a concept I explained, I want to just have few minutes to ask if any of you has any question on this, or are you understanding what I'm saying? Anyone has any question, feel free to ask. Even if it's a silly question, this course is for you to learn. So please don't think that my question is silly, I won't ask. Please ask if you have any doubt. No? Okay. So then we'll move to the next slide. Okay, now we will understand why people buy, what makes them actually buy a product. Okay, there are 3 things. One is job, second is pain, and third is gain. Job, why will I buy the product? What is the function of that product? Pain, what what is the problem that it is serving? Okay, pain and gain, you can say. uh, how will my life look after I have purchased this product? And finally, trigger. What So trigger is basically to convert a lead into a sale. So I know I have a job to be done. I need this product. Say, for example, I need a drill machine. Okay. I want this painting to be hanged in my living room, and I want a drill machine. But what do you need the drill machine for? Because I need to have this hole in the wall. Then what is the gain? What am I going to get out of it? After I have this, nail hanging, I can very well hang this painting. It will look very good. My living room will look very good. Finally, so I keep on delaying. Okay, I'll get it done. I'll get it done. What kind of triggers could be that I decide, no, I have to get it hanged tomorrow only. So I'm opening this for discussion, because I want you guys to just tell me, what do you think? What can be a trigger for somebody to get this hanged tomorrow itself? We cannot delay it any further. We have to have the painting hanged on that wall tomorrow. Tell me what could be the reason. Any lame. Think think yourself in the situation and tell me.
If someone might be coming, like, to visit.
Guests arriving. Okay, good point. Anyone else?
The place where the painting has to be a place to look empty, blank, not
Okay.
to.
Okay, I'm just frustrated that the painting is not there. I'm not happy with the wall. I get frustrated. That's a trigger. Tanmay, anything?
Ma'am, I was gonna say the same point of if any guests or any loved ones
Okay.
are coming, then you'd want your house to look the best.
Okay, fair point. And Jitwin, anything comes to your mind? Why will you decide that no, I want it tomorrow only, I won't delay it any further?
Ma'am, nothing from myself.
Okay, okay. Just don't think of it as a classroom session that if you say something, it'll be wrong or right. Just try to keep yourself in that position and then answer. Okay. Don't take stress of whether you're right or wrong. So all of you said, okay, the trigger could be that some guest is arriving. Tashu said, okay, I want the painting hanged now. I'm frustrated. I don't. So very well put, Sashu, and very good point of guests arriving, Kavya and Tanmay. Uh, like Sashu said, I'm frustrated because the place where the painting is kept, I want to keep something else. Tomorrow, another furniture is coming and I want to vacate that space. It's a heavy painting. I have to hang it tomorrow itself. Another thing which did not come to your mind can be, I see an offer on Amazon. The drill machine is on 90% off today. Let me just buy it today. I cannot delay it. Let me just buy it today only. Or I see a neighbor calling a carpenter or somebody who has a drill machine. So I say, oh no, tomorrow I'll have to search for somebody else and he might charge me more. The neighbor just got it done in 50 rupees. I might as well just call this person only. Okay. So there are triggers. Everybody needs a product, but what is the trigger that makes you the sales that you have, 667799 sales, you wait, you add a dress to a cart and you wait and wait and wait, and when on 66 or double digit sales you see, oh, it's on 70% now, I won't get it any cheaper, let me buy it today. So there are triggers, and the brands which are selling you the products, they play on these triggers. They know that people will buy it on these days. Why do you see so many people marketing gifts for fathers near Father's Day? Because they know that this is going to trigger them to buy, right? Just give me a moment. People are going to buy. It's Father's Day, so any gift which is meant for fathers, they're going to buy it now. It's now is the time. Okay. So these are the things, these are the emotions that brands play with, and that's how they are able to sell more. Okay. Now, this again, I'll open this space for you all. So I want all of you, even if you're saying the giving repeated answer, still I want you all to answer. Okay. There is a student, a campus student who wants to buy headphones. Okay. So which of these three advertising messages is strongest for a campus student? anyone or everyone, I mean, one by one, let's take it from Sashu first. Sashu, read through these three messages. Tell me which one is strongest for a campus student who has to buy a headphone.
Look cool on campus.
Okay, okay. I take your answer. Kavya,
I think that point only to look cool on
look cool
campus.
on campus. Okay. Tanmay, Jitwin, you think it's the same answer?
Yeah, look cool on campus.
Okay. Jitwin, you too?
Travel and call wire free in one pair.
Sorry?
Travel and call wire free in one pair. As
Okay,
it
for
would
a
be
campus
a
student.
Bluetooth. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I take your answer as it's your opinion, but as the other three said, very correctly put. So, because I'm mentioning it's a campus student, he wouldn't want any other feature except looking cool. A campus student would not want to know the specification of the headphone. A campus student does not want to travel and call wire free. I mean, in the campus, why would you travel elsewhere? You're not traveling countries. A campus student who has to buy headphones will be most excited when you tell him that you will look cool on campus. So that's the kind of messaging that brands do. Okay. So let me just change the question. And now I want again all of you to answer. What if a musician wants to buy a headphone? Which three of the messaging will suit him? A musician,
The first one.
The first.
the first one. Okay. You understand now where I'm coming from, that a musician will understand the technicalities of a headphone. He will understand what is bass. He will understand what drivers, what specifications. So he will see those specifications. So if you are targeting musicians, you have to target them with specifications. And now tell me, there's a travel influencer on Instagram. She travels a lot. She makes videos, reels. What messaging will suit her?
The third one.
The third one.
The third one, right? Because it is specifically suiting her needs. She travels and she has to take the calls while on the go. So, messaging matters a lot depending on what audience you're targeting. Okay. So, this was an example to tell you about how. Okay. So, moving on to the next slide.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Tanmay.
Usually, shouldn't the brands just do all three messages? Because if they do only one messages, they could possibly be eliminating any potential customers from the other two niches, right? So, what would happen if they put all three of the messages together?
Nothing will happen, Tanmay. So, as I explained in the last slide, also, if you remember, I said you will say that Zomato will market itself to everyone. It will market itself to hostel students also, working mothers also, party hosts also. How does it matter? They can put all four. They can and they do. But the portal or the medium of where you're playing the ad changes. Okay? Because if you are targeting it to a campus student, where will okay, now another question to you, I give it back to you. Tell me, if you're marketing a headphone for a campus student, which is the most effective portal where you should put the ad?
Uh, Instagram.
Right. So you see, Instagram Reels, because the students scroll the reels throughout the day. Instagram Reels are the best places to put an ad for a campus headphone. Now tell me, if you're marketing it for a musician, think from that angle. I don't want you to be correct, just think out loud, and all of you can answer. So if you're targeting it to
Spotify,
a musician, where will you put the ad?
places like Spotify or Apple Music or anything related to music.
Exactly, YouTube. The biggest portal where you are marketing these days, YouTube ads. Because a musician is bound to be connected to YouTube. He's bound to be there on YouTube for most part of the day, right? And finally, if you're targeting it for travel influencer,
The travel apps where you will
where will you?
like there are a lot of travel apps like Head Outlook, Google, like that form.
Okay, but a travel
Like
influencer. Okay,
Uber, Red Bus and all.
sorry, Jitin, come again.
I'm like Uber and Red Bus and all.
Okay, okay. Good place, good thought we will post it on travel websites, but a travel influencer who's posting all her videos on Instagram, again, Instagram, Facebook ads will help because the influencer is on those portals. So she's bound to visit those portals again and again. But having said that, Make My Trip, Redbus, all these portals, because she's traveling continuously, she would be checking these. So we'll place ads accordingly. So I hope that answers your question, Tanmay, that they can run all three messages, but it's just that the platform differs. Okay? Anyone else has any question? Otherwise, I'll move forward. Kavya, Sashu, Jitwan, please feel free to ask your questions. Um, as I said, I'm also learning from you guys. Don't think that it's a silly question. I want you guys to learn something out of it. Okay? If no question, then let's proceed. Okay. So coming to the most important part, which is persona template. How do brands create personas? Okay. Um, what are personas? Let me tell you. Okay. Brand, when they decide on the strategy that we are going to market ourselves to these customers. Okay, I decide I'm only going to market. There's a female hygiene product. I'm only going to market it to females from 18 to 35 and only females. It's a gender specific product. Okay, so I've decided on my customer segment now in females also. I'll have many types. I'll have working females, I'll have non-working females because I'm targeting 18 to 35. I'll have females who are married, who are unmarried. So what brands do is to have consistency in their marketing calendar planning of what kind of ad, what kind of messaging. They create fake personas, fake, or they call it golden profiles in marketing. So they say, okay, I'm going to name this A, B, C, D. I have four profiles. One, unmarried girl staying in a metro city. Two, unmarried girl staying in a semi-urban or a rural place. Three, a married, not working. Four, married, working. They create these dummy profiles to target their messages and decide on the platforms where they want to uh, market itself. So because if they don't have it, they randomly cannot tomorrow say, now I want to target this. Okay, let's target males also. Now let's target children also. It doesn't happen like that. Before the start of your marketing activities, you need to have so for example, there's a class monitor, right? A monitor represents the class. So a teacher, if she has to communicate something to the class, she might just call the monitor, this is what I'm going to do, tell the class. So personas are similar to those monitors. They are representatives of that group, and they're not real people. These are profiles, just dummy profiles created by brands to to plan better on what ads, what channels, how much budget, everything. Okay. So persona is nothing. It's a dummy profile that brands create to actually segment their target market. Okay. Understood this point, everyone? Or if you have any question, just ask. No? Okay. Okay, now moving on to how audience changes execution, which we have, I think, already talked in previous slides, that as soon as the type of audience changes, the platform changes. How I explained you that if you are targeting a musician for a headphone brand, your messaging will change. Your messaging will change to technical specifications. Platform will change. Instead of Instagram, you'll go on YouTube Music, you'll go on Spotify, and then the trigger. So a musician will only buy a headphone if all the technical specifications match. Now, then brands then work on providing the trigger. What can be the triggers for different people on different platforms? A student who has to buy a headphone, what could be the trigger? Think out aloud. I'll be happy with wrong answers. Tell me what will make a student buy the headphone tomorrow itself? What will help him speed up the decision?
Ma'am, a low price or a sale, because students need to be budget like cost friendly, right?
Hmm.
So if there's a sale that's in their budget, that could prompt them to get it.
Okay. Think of funny answers. Think of anything that you've been, not just headphone, anything. You've been eyeing a product on some marketplace. You've been thinking, I'll buy, did not buy. What could be that one trigger that you say, no, no, I'll buy tomorrow only? But for headphone, for right now, the product is headphone.
No, like maybe a friend or someone in our college or place would have the same place which we had eye on. So that
Very
makes
good.
us buy that product the next day.
Very good answer. If you have been eyeing a particular headphone for like 1 month and now suddenly you see your friend carrying the same, you will be like, Arey, I was researching for that brand. I am going to buy it today only. Now I'm not going to delay. So these are the triggers. So how do brands play on these triggers is that they show students who have purchased the product already. They will either market it on Instagram. They will either, ask the students in return of some little amount of money. They'll say, give us unboxing videos. So if you see a similar campus student putting an unboxing video today, you will be like, oh, this guy has also bought this. She's also a student. She's also a student. I'm going to buy it tomorrow only. So this is how what happened here. One person, one student was made to buy or he bought the product. And then the brand changed the entire messaging. It's an overnight, sometimes overnight mechanism that brands go through. They see that, oh, somebody is posting an unboxing video. Okay, let us just, change the banners, the posters, the ads and say, and put it everywhere that there is an unboxing video by a student. So that trigger which makes you buy, actually the brand is pushing it onto you. It's nothing else but all planning way in advance before you even think of finally buying the product. Okay. Now, of course, it cannot be like tomorrow you go in the market or any brand goes in the market and just says, okay, I'm going to target it to these people. Sometimes the products are so generic, they don't know who to target to. So what they do is there's a lot of audience insight collection that goes. Even before you segment your customer, you actually gain insights. By insights, I mean you just try to know people. You try to understand the market. Before entering any brand, any service, product offering, you need to understand the market. You cannot sell winter wear in Mumbai. You cannot. Maybe you'll get people who can, who may not buy. There are people who still, use winter wear in Mumbai also, but then that's not an ideal place to sell. If you're very hard bound on, no, I want to target it to people because I know there is a sub segment of people who do wear winter wear in Mumbai rains or something like that. Then first, what will you do is gain insights. How will you gain insights? You'll go on public forums. You'll go on Reddit. You'll go on Facebook groups. You'll go on Substack, Medium. There are many, many portals, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. You will go everywhere and you will do your data collection. You will collect data. You will collect inputs on, oh, this is what people are saying. People are saying we buy, but mostly we like the sleeveless ones. We don't want a full sleeve sweater. We want sleeves. So you gain insights on what kind of product you need to make, what kind of messaging will people like, and finally, what are the triggers? Why do people buy it? Okay, rains are about to come. So everybody will go in and buy raincoats, umbrellas. There's a season. So before the season, okay, that is going to be the trigger. Let me just put it in my ad that rains are about to come. So I'll focus my ads on that messaging. So messaging is where everything revolves around what customers are saying. Before you sell to a customer, you listen to the customer and decide. Okay. Moving on, what are the objections? What kind of things do you focus? So audience insights can be very generic. People can have random conversations about say a weight loss supplement. But for your research, it is important to have some kind of understanding on what kind of discussions do I need to focus on. Okay. So then your insights need to be classified into some categories. And these are the categories. You will focus your insights. You will gain insights on what are people talking about, the prices of weight loss supplements. Say, consider that I'm selling a weight loss supplement. So what are the things that I'm going to research? So before pricing my product, whether I want to sell it for rupees 50 or 60, one capsule, I'll understand, I'll gain insight of okay, my competitor product is priced at 100. Are people finding worth of it? Are people okay to buy a 100 rupees capsule? So if they are okay, if they are happy, then I wouldn't position it at 50. No, because something which is already selling at 100, why will I sell it for 50? Okay, so I gain insights on what kind of price is prevailing in the market. Then I gain insights on, are people trusting? Okay, I have a weight loss medication, but I'm not backed by any authority. There's no scientific backing to my supplement. So will people buy it? Is there trust enough in people to buy it? Effort. Okay, what kind of efforts will go into making people believe that I am also as good as my competitor? What kind of efforts? My competitor plays on the fact that their supplement is vegan. So can I either make my supplement in a vegan form also? Can I have another, variant of my capsule which is vegan? Or can I market my capsule itself as vegan? And finally, identity, how people relate to that product. I mean, if I tomorrow go and want to purchase a weight loss supplement, my audience should relate to me. I will give them messaging. So I'm not going to post ads like lose 20 kgs in 20 days, lose 30 kgs in 10 days. Unrealistic. And my supplement is not even capable of doing that. My supplement can help you improve your gut health and then slowly improve your digestion and slowly reduce some grams over a period of time. So my audience should not feel that I'm giving a messaging which is unbelievable. Somebody saying 20 kgs, 20 days, you might go and see the ad only to understand how funny can they be. I mean, this is impossible. What is this? You only can reduce weight through exercise and other dieting stuff, but you cannot, it's not a medication that can help. So my audience should relate to me. My audience should say, oh yeah, I think digestion is the problem. This supplement, no, they're talking about the right things. Digestion is the problem. My food is not digesting properly. That is why I'm not losing weight. So my audience should actually feel that this product is for me. Oh, yes, that is my problem. You have to understand that pain point. And this is what you get insights. This is why you need to get insights. What kind of things are people looking for in a product? Okay. Now, because Tanmay also asked this question, and I put it here. So sometimes what happens is there's a persona conflict. I have persona A, I have persona B. Two personas want opposite things. Okay. One wants premium quality, one wants low price product. So what should the brand do? Now I leave it, I mean, I open it for answering in the classroom. Tell me, all of you, what should a brand do? It has something, any product you can take. Let's use headphone only. There is a segment, there is a persona of people who want a premium quality headphone, even if it's priced high. And there's another segment which is like okay with average quality, but they want low price. So what should the brands do in these three options? What do you think is most doable, or should a brand do? Anyone can answer.
Ma'am, they should choose their priority first, or else it can affect the brand image of how people think of them.
Okay, fair point. Anyone else?
I think they should target both equally.
Okay. Sashu?
The same target both equally.
Okay. Target both equally, but with same marketing language or different?
Different.
Different.
Different. Okay. Jitwin?
Use one generic message.
Okay. So use one generic message, Jitwin, will not work. As I explained in previous slides, if you tell a working mother that, it is, we are delivering food for late night cravings, it will just not work for her because she's not somebody who has late night cravings. She's a working mother. She has a schedule to follow. If you tell her that we deliver at 12 midnight, She will say, not for me. I don't want food 12 at midnight. I want something which delivers in 10 minutes as soon as I come home from office. So using one generic message can actually be a blunder for a brand. Brands in past have done this. They have failed, but using one generic message for different personas never works. So Tanmay is also right saying that they should choose priority. Like we have brands like Apple, Rolex, and some premium car brands who choose a priority that I don't care about people who want low price product. I am not going to lower my price because I'm targeting classes, not masses. So they will prioritize one segment. So for existing legacy loyal brands who are already well established, they have the capacity to choose a priority. Okay. They can very well position themselves saying, I am a brand for masses, I'm not going to go to classes. Or I am a brand for classes, not for masses. But a brand which is still, establishing itself or still in the growing phase, they will target both equally with two different ads. And this is mostly true for all the brands. Now, before I proceed, I want all of you to give me one example. Anyone, tell me one brand which chooses priority and only targets classes, and tell me one brand which targets masses. Anyone, give me example.
Like for example, headphones. So I'd say Apple and Bose. Those are the brands which would target the classes and not the masses. But then brands like Boat, they'll target like the masses.
Very good, very good. Something, anyone else, any example, any product.
Yeah,
Sashu?
I'm
ma'am.
like a
So
Tata car.
after you, it's fine. You can go first.
Okay, what? Sorry.
I'm telling Jitun that you can go first. I'll speak after him.
Jitwin, you go first.
I'm like a Tata car which aims for low class people and upper class people.
Okay, that is a brand which targets all with different kind of messaging and different kind of products also. I'm saying, tell me one brand which only targets premium customers or classes, or give me one brand which only targets masses, sells not low quality, low price products and sells it to everyone. Give me one example of either one.
Ma'am, a clothing brand like let's say Max, it can be for the masses because the prices are, or like let's just say Zudio because Zudio is a better example. So in clothing, Zudio can be an example for the masses. And for classes, I don't know any specific, like let's say USPA can be for the class.
H&M, H&M.
Yeah, H&M USPA.
Zara, the kind of pricing they have, they are targeting classes and masses. They're very
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
about what kind of target customer they have. H&M and Zara, they don't target masses. They don't come up with schemes like 1+1 and get anything at 99, 199. No, because they have their
yeah, yeah.
segment. They know people they are targeting and they won't go out of their range. You have so many watch brands like Rolex, right? And all the expensive kind of brands, they don't go out to masses, they don't go 70% off. No. But Titan, you will always have some or the other discount running. And then this happens in the same market, and both the brands are existing. It's not that Titan is not making profits, it's not that Rolex is not making profit, but they have their profit share from their particular segment that they want to target to, right? Now,
Yeah.
I'll one example of a brand which has been successful since ages and it has always targeted masses, Lifebuoy. Lifebuoy has never placed itself in a premium category. It sells for masses, it survives for masses, and yet it has a very good share, right? And in the same market, there are brands like L'Oreal. There are other premium, I'm sure there must be premium hand wash brands which are existing, but they're not fighting for their particular market share because they are targeting completely a different segment, right? So this is what happens. Either a brand has to be a legacy brand and needs to be very clear that I will choose priority. So choose priority is only for specific brands. Mostly for brands, it is targeting both equally. Defer your ads, defer your messaging, target everyone. Okay? Target equally. But Jitwan, we will not do one generic message for all. This is going to be a blunder, right? For the example that I gave, the food delivery thing, you imagine messaging going to another segment, late night craving going to probably a senior citizen. Doesn't work like that. Okay. So generic message never. Okay. So today's how we are building this path. Yesterday we did brand audit. We understood what are brand cues, what is the difference between product and brand. Today I tried explaining to you how audience and personas are actually identified by a brand and how they build their marketing language, their ads, everything to to the audience or the segment that they choose. Okay. So today also you'll have this assignment. I'm going to just explain it to you. And finally, at the end of the sixth session, you'll have a plan, as we mentioned yesterday also. It's going to be a foolproof plan of how a brand is built. So please take each assignment very seriously. It's at the end of the day your output. Okay. So please take this assignment very seriously. So what did we learn today? If I have to note down the takeaways, that a target audience is always chosen, not assumed. A brand will never assume that let me just do one generic message and people who want to buy will buy. No, never. It has to be chosen. It has to have some basis of insights, and then only a brand can start, marketing its products. Behavioral psychographic insights beat vague demographics. Just targeting 18 to 35 males will not help you. If you really want to build a brand, you need to go into behavioral and psychographic segmentation for sure. Personas should guide content, channels, offers, everything. If you want that trigger, if you want people to buy instantly, you need to give that trigger. You need to give that either the offer or a deadline, something. And finally, specific context create better marketing ideas. If you have a context of which direction you want to go, you will have better marketing ideas. I want to place myself here as a premium brand or here as for masses or in the middle where I'm for all. It actually directs and guides the entire marketing activity that you do for your brand. Okay. So what is the assignment for today? You chose one brand, all of you, each one of you, I'm sure you have now chosen one brand which is already existing in the market. I hope you've not chosen your own brand or a dummy brand. I don't want a dummy brand. I want you to choose something which exists in the market. You all must have chosen it for yesterday's assignment. Using the same brand, now define two customer segments. Okay. You know what your brand is selling, what kind of product they're selling. So it'll be easier for you to understand what kind of customer segments they have already. So research on their customer segments. Who are their customers? What kind of customers? Say, for example, if you have chosen the brand Amul. Amul has been in business for like so many years now. It has never, ever distinguished in any segment anywhere. So Amol is an exception. Like in the slide where I say one generic message can be fatal, can be a blunder. But because Amol is a legacy brand, it has existed on the same tone for years and it does not differ its messaging for anybody. So it has existed since ages. But now, because people are so aware about marketing, they're so aware about the options and they're so aware about what all can I buy and what are my pain points. Now that thing will not work. Amol is an exception to everything which happens in marketing. It's actually a case study for us marketers that we often go back to, that anything we write about marketing, we always say Amol is an exception. They don't change their messaging. They don't come up with any new character. It's the same old butter girl that they have. They don't come up with any human faces, new faces. So Amul is an exception for whatever I teach you about marketing. Okay, it's a case study in itself. If you really like to read about marketing, read about Amul. So I hope none of you has chosen that brand, but the brand that you've chosen, create two personas, create two dummy profiles. Okay, what this particular, say for example, a working mother, what is her pain point when she comes home? She wants food quick or something. So create two personas. For each persona, you're going to write one message that will attract them to this brand. Okay, you need to write a one-liner message or any. I don't want rhyming. I don't want perfect language. I'm not looking at the messaging and language. I just want to understand your thought process. For each persona, write one message that will attract them towards your product. The message has to be different for both the personas, cannot be same. Add one screenshot or example that proves. So which screenshot and example I'm saying? If you have chosen a brand of, say, boat, the watch brand, if you've chosen boat, give me screenshots of how boat is marketing differently on different platforms. You see one ad on YouTube which is different, then you see one ad on Instagram which is different. Search for ads from those brands and give me screenshots of how their messaging has differed. If you feel that, oh no, I checked Instagram also, YouTube also, I checked everywhere, their messaging is looking more or less same, then go for timeline. See what their messaging was near Diwali. See what their messaging was near festivals. What their messaging was near New Year. That also tells you about the brand thought process on who are they targeting and what time. Okay. So give me at least, two screenshots, I would say, not one, two screenshots where you can show the difference. One time they were marketing this, another time they were marketing this. Either the language is different, or the trigger is different, or the pain point is different. So for the same brand. Okay. So this is the assignment for today. I hope the assignment is clear to you. If you have any questions about the assignment, then please let me know now so I can solve it for you. Any questions about today's assignment? And all of you were able to do yesterday's assignment. You're all good with that?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So I'm
ma'am.
taking it as a yes from all of you, Sashu, Kavya, Jitwin. I hope you are understanding the message, the assignment that I'm trying to give you. If you have any doubts, please do not think that it's a 1 hour session. We cannot have a doubt session. We cannot ask. I can ask Devesh to share my number also. I'm okay with that, Devesh. You can share my number. If in the assignment you're facing any difficulty, if you're not understanding anything in the sessions, feel free to reach out to me. I can, Devish, I'll share my LinkedIn profile link also and my number you have. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn also, anytime, anywhere, because I am somebody I really like talking about marketing and the concepts. So if you are really interested in talking anything about the concepts, how shape, how you should shape your career, or how you should do this assignment, feel free to reach out to me, because I really want all four of you to have a good project at the end of this 6 session plan. Okay, so that's it for today. Devesh, I'll hand over to you if you have any inputs.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rishika, for such a wonderful session.
Thank
Students, please feel free to ask your questions and sort of don't hesitate in clarifying your doubts. This is important. Yeah. We'll meet again now tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. for session number 3. I will share a different link because I have back-to-back session from 5 to 6:30, and I'll use the same link. Which then we'll create breakout rooms for marketing and the data science in the same link itself. Yeah. So I'll share a different link with all of you via email. The link on the calendar invite is a little different, but I'm going to share an updated link just for tomorrow's session. Okay?
Oh,
Okay, sounds good, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.
thank you so much. Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
sir. Bye,
And
ma'am.
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, sir. Bye, ma'am.